Hi guys, I'm back. I am recording video number 2 of my 4-year Surgiversary. Um, in case you're coming and watching this like way later and you didn't watch number 1 first, I'll just do a quick recap. My name is Dory. I am 48 years old, 5 foot 4 inches tall, and on September 12th of 2016, which is 4 years today, it's my 4-year Surgiversary, and I'm so excited. I had the surgery in Hartford, Connecticut with Dr. Darren Tischler. My highest recorded weight was 350 pounds. This morning I'm 175. The lowest I've seen, which was last December, the end of December, was 156.3. And I am back in the saddle, and I am getting that few pounds off and getting back to where I need to be per my surgeon's office and my my dietitian and nutritionist. And so go back and watch that video when you have an opportunity, if you haven't seen it already. And I'm going to just continue on with my questions. So the next question was, how was my first day? So the surgery itself, the first day I was there, I think this is probably, yeah, so let's say that this is the first day after surgery, maybe the first day I was home. Let's say that, because I went, after I had surgery, I stayed 2 nights, I believe. So we'll say the next day after surgery. I had my surgery at 10:15 in the morning. I believe it was on a Monday. And surgery itself was 45 minutes. Recovery was about 2.5 hours. The way that the hospital was, my husband came with me, and he was in the waiting room, and they gave him a number. I was known as a number. And in the waiting room, they had a TV screen on the top, and so everyone was waiting for their person to be out of surgery. So it would say up at the screen like in progress or in recovery, or whatever the before that was. I forgot what the terminology they used, but he would see that. And so when it said in recovery, that meant that he could come up and see me. And so I remember him coming up. I do remember him being there. I remember him kissing my forehead. I was still groggy. The anesthesia that I had was propofol, and that was actually my favorite. I have had different surgeries before, and propofol was probably the best anesthesia. It was something that put me right to sleep, and I felt like I was like quickly up. It didn't take me too much, although the first day I do remember being extremely groggy, like extremely sleeping. And this hospital that I was at, they did not for some reason have a really happy staff. I don't even know how to describe it, but the nurses like weren't even talking to me. And so when my surgeon came in that evening, I had not even been out of bed. I was not even like walking. Like they tell you walk, walk, walk. I was not even walking. And so he was not happy about that at all. And he went and told them. And I remember they had those cuffs on my legs for blood clots. And it just, every few minutes, it would just do this to my calves. I remember like my surgery was, yeah, so 10:15 in the morning. And I remember by like, I don't know, 9 p.m. If you go down to my very first video, click at the top here, videos, and then oldest, that video, you'll see me. And I look totally different. I am totally out of it. But I was like, I don't know, groggy, but I had not moved. I got up to go to the bathroom, took off my calf things. I remember my husband and my best friend and my kids came to visit me, and I was out of it. And because there were so many people just coming to check on me and my family, for a visit, they had to leave. There was no way I could have all those people there. I just was out of it. And then I remember for surgery, this was one of the things. I know some people say that they wake up and they're nauseous. Some people wake up and they have a lot of gas pain. So I had none of that. I had no gas pain. I had little crampy pain, but the meds took it away. They gave me Dilaudid in my IV, and then they gave me Dilaudid to get home with. but when I got home, I only took 2 Dilaudid out of the whole, I think they gave me 60 days worth maybe. I only took 2 and I was on liquid Tylenol after that. And one of the other things they did during surgery is they put a patch behind my ear, and it was a anti-nausea patch. And that was amazing. I had nothing. When I tell you guys, like, I was tired, that's really all. Even when I came home, one of my good friends was coming to visit me. And on my Instagram, you can find that picture. It's going to be, 4 years ago. But you can see that picture. And she came to visit me. And when I walked out of this bedroom I'm in now, and I walked down the hallway, I looked down at her and she's like, get in bed. I'm coming to see a sick person, or I'm coming to see a person who's recuperating from surgery. And that's how good I felt. I didn't feel like I had just had surgery. Had I not seen the incision marks, from the laparoscopic surgery, I would have not felt like I had surgery, which I don't have those. Those are gone. I don't have any scars. I don't have anything like that. I'm very light-skinned, but I have no scars whatsoever. I remember I had, I think I had 4 or 5 incisions. One was like between my breast here, like a little bit lower, and then 3 down the bottom, maybe 4. And that was it. It was amazing. The surgery itself was 45 minutes long, and I don't have any scarring or anything like that at all. Let's see, what else? That was pretty much the experience of my first day, after surgery, and then the following day, I felt fine. I could also like drink a lot. I know some people use those like little medicine cups and fill them up, 10 milliliters and sip that. I didn't have to do that. I was drinking from a straw. I would put a straw into my Premier Protein chocolate shakes. Another thing I would say is that your taste buds do change after surgery. Prior to surgery, I could drink the caramel Premier Protein, the vanilla. I could have the chocolate, and now only chocolate. The other ones just turn my stomach. Now I like the taste of onions. My whole entire life, I avoided onions like the plague. I hated them. I hated the smell. I hated the taste. And so now I love my onions. I have onions almost in everything. Let's see. What was day 1 through 5? So the first couple of days, of course, groggy, and you're tired, and you're in bed, and you just are, walking to go to the bathroom, and you're getting your sips of stuff in, and you're taking your Tylenol, liquid Tylenol. By day 4, I didn't have any more pain medication, and I was only taking the liquid Tylenol from day 2 to 4, and then that was it. So the 1 bottle of the liquid Tylenol is all that I had. Another thing, talking about your taste buds changing, is I had stocked up on a lot of stuff, and luckily I stocked up on the more chocolate than anything else, because don't stock up on too much stuff beforehand, because you're not going to like it. There's a chance that your taste buds have changed, and then you're stuck with all this protein stuff. One of the biggest things that I really enjoyed, like when I could have like a pureed thing, was the fat-free refried beans. For some reason, for me, that was so good. And so I would cook them on the stove, get them warm, hot, let them cool off a little bit, put some shredded cheese on top, and just take small bites, chewing as much as you can, all of that. But all of that plays into mindful eating anyways. And so taking your time, even at 4 years post-op, I can pack it in if I eat fast, but then there comes a point where you take 1 too many bites and it's not caught up with you. Oh no. Oh, I don't like that feeling at all. And that's why having your stomach small in this surgery was my saving grace to losing weight. It wasn't what I'm really eating. It's not that I can subscribe to this diet or that diet. It's that my stomach is small. Our stomach is the size of a small banana. And so you cannot pack that just too much. I mean, you can stretch your stomach. It's going to take years of abuse, but you can stretch it. What else? That just triggered a thought I wanted to tell you guys. I want to tell you guys, whoever's listening, there is no such thing as a pouch reset. Please stop saying that. Stop telling new people that there's a pouch reset. There's no pouch reset. It's crazy. It drives me crazy when people say there's a pouch reset. Hey, what's the 7-day pouch reset diet? There's no such thing. You can never, ever, ever get your pouch back to the way it was fresh out of surgery. It's not. You can rename that fasting and getting rid of all the junk you just binged on, but there's no such thing as a pouch reset. Get back to the basics, eat slow, drink your water, wait 30 minutes before eating and 30 minutes after eating. Stop drinking it and pushing your food through too quick and yada, yada, yada. Off my soapbox now. So what does a day of eating look like at 4 years post-op? So a day of eating for me now, so it is, oh, I know my Fitbit on, it's charging. It is probably about, I'm going to say it's 9:15 in the morning. I have not eaten yet. I have had some water. I've had about 20 ounces of water. I have a cup here. Let me show it to you. This is a 40 ounce. It's by Iron Flask. I got it on Amazon. It was 30 bucks. This is 40 ounces. I fill this with 40 ounces of water and 1 water enhancer, like a sugar-free crush or a sugar-free grape or something like that. So I have 1 water enhancer in here with 40 ounces of water. The water I have been drinking lately, I always drink spring water. I hate tap water. So I drink spring water, but what I've been drinking lately, and it's very expensive, but it's essential water, and it's 9.5, oh, I can't think of what that's called. pH. So I've been drinking that, and I keep it in the refrigerator, so when I pour it in my drink here in this flask, it keeps it cold. And I like that it's 40 ounces. I always wanted a 40 ounce one because I can fill that only twice for the day and then have a good amount of water. I do fill it 3 times, but I could, you know, get away with only filling it twice because it's 40 ounces. So I will have water in the morning. I take my vitamins. I have vitamins I take 3 times a day, and there is a link down below, or not a link, but a video if you scroll through about my vitamins. And so I take vitamins 3 to 4 times a day. I break them up during the day. And so I'll take my vitamins, and beware. One thing that I have done wrong, and now I don't do it, is taking your multivitamin on an empty stomach. I get so sick. Nausea sets right in. So don't ever take your multivitamin on an empty stomach, and never take your multivitamin with iron, because it contains iron, with your calcium citrate. Don't take them together because it will cancel out your iron. So take them at separate times. I take my multi at noon because I normally eat by noon or by 11. So I take my multi at noon, and I take my calcium before bed. And so that has been great because I can take them spaced out. I think it has to be 2.5 hours or something between the two for them not to cancel out. So I eat like 2 times a day, sometimes 2 times plus a snack. And so what I've been doing is eating about 10, 11 o'clock, and I usually will have a everything bagel from the PBH Foods. So it's only, I think it's 3 grams of net carbs. And I'll have that with 3 tablespoons of whipped Philadelphia cream cheese, and then I sprinkle on everything but the bagel. I'll have that with 170 grams of the Faye 2% yogurt. I may add some blueberries in. I put a little bit of Lakanto powdered monk fruit sweetener, and that is exciting to me in the morning. It keeps me full. That bagel it's small, but they put a lot of fiber and everything in it, and it's very dense. So that keeps me satiated and so good going through the day. And then because I'm concentrating on the protein, I have the yogurt, and so that helps my body. I have lost 5 pounds within the last week, and that's because of getting back to the bariatric basics is what I'm going to say. You have to have low fat, you have to have high protein and moderate carbs, and the carbs should be complex carbs with veggies and things like that. I did just do a meal prep video I posted yesterday, and that will be, that'll be coming out. That will show you kind of what I'm doing with like veggies and things. And then later on I'll have some other thing to eat, which will be, today I'll probably have my white bean chicken chili that I made a couple days ago. And I'll have that, and I'll have some shredded cheese on top. And then I'll probably have a one bar. One is a protein bar. It has like maybe 9 grams of net carbs, and that's on the higher end, but it has no fat, or low fat, I should say. And so I'll have that. Sometimes I'll have a protein coffee, so I'll use protein. I've been using one that's from a company named Giant, and it's a scoop of protein. It's only 110 calories. I think it's maybe 2 grams of fat, 1 carb, maybe no carbs. But anyways, it has like 21 grams of protein. So I'll do that. I really have been trying to get over 125 grams of protein. So my macros are like, my fat, I try to get 70 grams or less per day. My carbs, I'll get between 50 and maybe 75. And then my protein over 125 is my goal every day. So I changed up my macros, and that is what a bariatric macro calculator sort of looks like. Don't get lost on all of these fads. That is how my journey derailed. I subscribe to the keto diet only because right away it helps you to lose the weight, and so you think that that's what's great. But the thing is that it's not sustainable, and what was I gonna say? Oh, so I derailed myself because it's not sustainable, so I got off of it. And the other thing I was starting to do, and I don't know that any of you do this, and I'm not accusing anybody, but I know for myself this I did, is I got sucked in to getting more views on my YouTube channel if I was focusing on keto. And so when I title things and I added keto here, keto there, at the time I was doing it, that's the truth. But I know I found myself derailing because I wanted to please people or get more views on my videos. And no, it's got to be what I can do for my own body. So that kind of is what I eat in a day. Sometimes here's some samples. So sometimes I will take pepperoni and wrap it around a mozzarella cheese stick, a string cheese. Sometimes I will have lunch meat dipped in mustard with pickles or banana peppers on the side. Some days I will have a cheeseburger or a turkey burger. Some days I'll have a slice of turkey or rotisserie chicken. Sometimes I'll have it with a salad. Some days I'll have fried veggies, like all different kinds of peppers and onions and garlic. Some days I will have sausage and eggs, bacon, eggs. Sometimes I'll have eggs with turkey. I have been craving seafood lately, and that's where I'm getting most of my protein from. So I have prepped shrimp for the last maybe week and a half. And so I have shrimp. Shrimp I'll have just with a little bit of butter, salt, sea salt on top, or I'll make a pizza with shrimp on top, and the pizza is a cheese crust, so I just take the shredded Mexican cheese and heat it up. So those are some of the things that I'm gravitating toward, and it's been great. It's been, my macros have been right on, and that's how I know losing 5 pounds in this last week has been great, because my body is getting the protein and everything that it needs. Let's see, how long did it take you to get into the groove of the new eating? So I took things slow. I didn't expect too much within the first month. Probably at week 2 to 3, I was able to just start the puree. Until then, it was basically just liquids. And I made like the ricotta bake, or I had scrambled eggs, very, very runny, not hard at all. I just made sure that I was getting in my protein shakes. If I had 3 shakes a day, I was golden in the beginning. And then probably by month, after month 1 into week 4 to 5 to 6, I was able to start eating like the chicken that was chicken thighs, not breast, because that was not as tender, or rotisserie chicken was good. I couldn't eat for a long time like steak for quite some time, because it was just hard. It felt hard. But probably by month 2, I was just eating normal. Oh, and another thing I want to say for anybody even pre-op or anybody thinking about the surgery or anything, is food funerals. You'll hear about a food funeral, and you'll hear about people going ahead and having food funerals. You don't have to do that. There's nothing that says that you have to do that because you don't have to. There's nothing that you can't have. You just have everything in moderation. There's like, you wouldn't want to go have a cake. You wouldn't want to go have a candy bar, but on occasion, that's okay. I know that there is Vanessa, who I watch. She has a donut every Friday. That's fine. She works out. She watches her macros and everything the rest of the day, the rest of the week. Make sure she gets good food in her body, fuels her body. It has no problem. Yesterday, I had my macros were great, and then I went and I had a French fry from Chick-fil-A, dipped in some cheese sauce, dipped in their barbecue sauce, and I ate the whole entire thing. I felt horrible after. It was one of those like, I'm bored, let me just sit and eat with my kids type deal. And I woke up this morning, I lost a pound. So it's because I don't do it often. It's not something that I derail from. And so I would say to definitely not do any food funerals. There really isn't anything that you can't have, especially this far out and when you're in the maintenance phase. Just don't make it a habit, and also don't try to do it until you're maybe a year and a half to 2 years out. Everything else, avoid it like the plague. It goes by very quick, so it's only a season in your life, and it's not really going to hurt you just to stay away from something like that. And so, as I see from my little clock, it's almost 22 minutes long, so I am actually going to have to do number 3. I knew that this would happen, but I don't mind. I love it. I love to see where I've been all these years. So happy 4-year Surgiversary. I'm going to end it here, and I'll be back with the rest.